What's up, guys? LA Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 3 and game 5 or 6 in my MLB 15 The Show Fantasy Draft franchise with the Angels. You see right there, I actually started off the video with a big trade. Now, that trade went by really quick, and that whole entire first clip went by pretty quick, so I didn't get a lot of time to discuss what happened. But either way, I traded Tyler Skaggs, one of my relief pitchers, for Garrett Richards now. You may be wondering why I did that. I traded away Tyler Skaggs because, well, he was only a decent pitcher. Like, he was only there to be maybe a 4 or 5 guy in my rotation. But Garrett Richards, I really like him as an Angels fan. And for those who have followed Garrett Richards and saw how he did last season, I kind of have ties to him because I know he's got really good stuff. He's got a really good curveball, a really powerful fastball. I know he's a really good pitcher, so I had to trade for him, and I figured he could actually roll as like a number 2 guy in my rotation. And I figured it was a pretty good idea to move up 2 slots with a rotation pitcher when all I had to do was trade an extra relief pitcher. So that was kind of my idea there. So with me trading for Garrett Richards, I felt like it was only right for me to actually show you guys how he's doing in the first game. Now right here, you see we've got Billy Hamilton on first base. It is time to get some steals. Or is it? He gets picked off on the very first pitch. I don't really know what happened there. I guess the game doesn't really respect his 99 base running ability because he got picked off on the very first pitch. He looked stunned right there when he got picked off. And then, of course, your color stand's going to actually strike out right there and a curveball to the dirt, which is kind of embarrassing. But, you know, we'll get by it. The main thing right now is to keep the score tied and hopefully move into the bottom of the second inning and try to get some runs up on the board for our team. So right there, you see they start off the inning with a single, and hopefully that's all that happens. And yes, that will be all that happens. As right there, Garrett Richards strikes out the last batter, looking with a fastball in the corner. With his fastball, when I've used him twice so far, one thing I've noticed is his fastball is like pinpoint accuracy. So I've had a lot of good strikeouts and a lot of really good just at-bats or good pitching situations just because his fastball can hit the corners, which is really important. But right here, you see we hit a double. And this actually ends up coming back to backfire because right there you see we get kind of a full swing bunt type animation, and this ends up hurting us as we end up actually trying to stretch the guy on second to get him over to third base, but that ends up hurting us because he actually gets thrown out by the first baseman. I mean, you just there's nothing worse than getting thrown out by a first baseman because realistically the first baseman shouldn't be able to throw. Like their job is to catch. So when you get thrown out by a first baseman, you just know you messed up as a coach because I probably should have just kept him at second. Luckily, things all end up working out. It's right here. The guy on second ends up the score. But when you think about it, if I left that man on second and I didn't let him get thrown out at third, he would have came around to score as well, which would have led to a 2-0 lead right now. But sadly, that's not the case. But we can't dwell on bad decisions right now. We have to focus on the future and try to continue to get better and try to continue to have our lead. But as you see right there, that whole entire lead idea is shattered. It's right there. We give up a home run to deep right field. And then right here, I tried to throw out the man at first base. That was probably kind of a risky, bad idea, but luckily nothing really bad ends up happening from it. But he does have a single. And then right here, they're going to pull away with another single. I may have been able to dive and catch that ball, but I was trying to keep it safe and just make sure that no run came by, because for all we know, if I missed that ball, it probably would have rolled all the way to the fence. So right here, you see there's 2 outs, a man on first and second. This is one of those situations where you really need to get it out. And you see right here, we got a few nice pitches. There's a pretty big at-bat, so that's kind of my reasoning for showing you guys the majority of this at-bat. And then right here, he's going to pull one down the third base line, which is not good. Luckily, Bryce Harper has a hell of an arm. Excuse my language, I got kind of excited there when he's about to throw it. But sadly, my catcher, I can't remember his name, is unable to handle the ball. But luckily for us, the guy at second remains on second. He did not tackle away up to third. That doesn't even end up mattering, though, as the next batter will hit a bomb to right field. So Garrett Richards went from having a 1-1 tie to 2 batters later having a 5-1 deficit. So basically he messed up pretty bad there. With 2 outs, all he had to do was get 1 out. Gave up back-to-back hits. Of course, the second hit being a big one with it being a home run. And that ends up biting us in the back as we are now down 5-1. And things aren't looking any better for us. They're going to crack another one into right field. I'm going to play this one off the wall. Luckily, we played it well enough so the guy on the first will eventually get thrown out at home. As you see right here, he got thrown out by a mile, so the third base coach did not make a very good decision right there, sending him home. But right here, he sees the bottom of the 5th. Now, not much happens. Nothing much interesting happens between this 5th inning and the 7th inning or so. So you'll see very soon, I'm actually going to fast forward relatively soon, multiple innings. But you see a few batters later, I believe, I don't know who this is for some reason, I can't recognize who it is. He's going to crack one off the wall, which is going to result in a double and result in 1 run scoring. So now we are only down by 4. but nonetheless, or make that down by 5. You see I moved to the bottom of the 8th, but nonetheless, we definitely got to put some runs up on the board. Luckily, we got the top of our lineup right here, so this 8th inning's got to be a really big inning for us. We wouldn't have any chance of coming back in this game. So we start off with Billy Hamilton getting a single into right field. On the very next pitch, I just don't recognize this guy for some reason. He's our number 2 hitter. I should probably recognize him, but I don't remember who he is. But he's going to get a single to left field. And if that's not good enough, on the very next pitch, Giancarlo Stanton's going to crack one in center field. That ball is carrying. I know it's nighttime, but that ball is going. It is going, and it is gone. The center fielder is not going to be able to come down with that one. He jumps up, thinking that he had the opportunity to catch it, but Giancarlo Stanton hit it just far enough for it to carry out of the ballpark. So we got a little bit lucky on that one. But now we are only down by 2 runs. So that's a very big start to the inning. So that's exactly what I wanted. Sadly, right there, you see they brought in a new pitcher, and he definitely closed down the door for us in the 8th inning as the very next 3 hitters got out in succession. So that's not good for us because we now have to go into the bottom of the 9th inning with our bottom 3 hitters batting and with their closing pitcher on the mound. So that's a little bit scary. It's a little bit deadly. And it's not a good situation for us. So you see the first batter is going to ground out on a 2-2 count. Now we're in an 0-2 count. This is not a good situation to be in. Hopefully he can get on base, but that will not be the case, as right here he's going to strike out on a high inside fastball. So next up, we got our last hitter. I believe this Danny Hechavarria. Not a very good hitter. He's going to do what he can. He got with solid contact on the ball. Sadly, the ball is going to come down in the right fielder's glove, which means we're not going to be coming out of here with a victory. We're going to come out of the 7-5 loss, but it was definitely a pretty interesting game. And the thing I like about losing this game is it keeps you guys not knowing whether I'm going to win or lose. I'm going to try to show like a mixture of wins, a mixture of losses, so you never know what to expect. But if you guys enjoyed it, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I should make more interesting in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to stay tuned to this series and other series on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.